Hi, I'm Karen.
And I'm Renee. Welcome to thebakingshow.com.
Today we have the best tasting chocolate sauce you've ever had, and it has a little bit of amaretto. So how could it be bad?
Right? Fabulous. For this recipe, we're going to need 1 1/4 cup sugar, 1 cup Dutch processed unsweetened cocoa powder, 3/4 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1 cup of heavy cream, 1/2 cup of milk, 1/4 cup of a liqueur that is nut flavored. We happen to use amaretto, or as my dad would say, amaretti, but you can use whatever you like. We put in 1/2 cup of butter that's been cut into 8-piece squares. And then, last but not least, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. All right, so now we're ready to make the sauce. We're going to take the dry ingredients and we're just going to pour them in, and then we're going to whisk them together so there's no lumps. We're going to get it nice and smooth. And you want to use a heavy bottomed pan for this.
This is 2 quart that we're using today.
It is a 2 quart. So we just take it with the whisk and we blend it together because the cocoa powder comes out kind of chunky. And you just want to make sure that there's no lumps in it. Okay, so once we've got it so that most of the lumps out, you can have a few tiny little ones, but it's, that's not a big deal. All right, then we're going to add the liquid. So we're going to add, Karen, you want to stir?
Absolutely.
We're going to add the heavy cream.
And we have no heat on this at this point. We're just
We're going to mix all the ingredients.
Okay.
We're going to add the milk. And last but not least, we're going to add the amaretto. And we want to stir this until it's nice and smooth. And then once it's nice and smooth, then we're gonna cook it. All right, so this is what it should look like. It's nice and smooth, and now we're ready to put the heat under it, and we're going to let it boil, cook, I should say, for 2 minutes.
And so I should continue to whisk as we go.
But you need to keep it whisking constantly as it is cooking. The mixture is smooth, so now we can cook it. All right, so we're going to turn the heat up, and you want to bring it to a boil, and it's going to take probably about 2 to 3 minutes, depending on your stove. But you want to constantly stir as you're doing that. So I'm going to keep the heat on this, and do it about a medium heat, I'd imagine, and then we're going to just let it cook. Okay, we've been stirring this, and and as you can see, it's boiling now. So this is the point where we're going to take it off the heat after it comes to a nice boil. And, it might take more than 2 to 3 minutes, just whatever it does. You just want it to boil first. So we're going to turn this off now before it spills over. Okay, the next step is we're going to let this cool for 15 minutes, and then we're going to add the butter and the vanilla, and we'll stir that in.
Okay.
It's been cooling for 15 minutes. Now we're going to add the butter. You do not put the heat back under this to make it melt. You just let it melt by itself. Okay, you want to pour the vanilla in, and we will just let it
All blend together.
So before you serve the fudge sauce, you want to stir it. And then you're just going to take some, and we're going to pour it over the top. We have some ice cream to serve it over. And this is just the most decadent, wonderful. You have the amaretto flavor, and you have the cinnamon flavor that comes through, and it is just fabulous. This is the most decadent fudge sauce ever. Try it. See if I'm not telling the truth. And if you like the recipe, you can find it at thebakingshow.com.